Hello humans, welcome back to St. Kalle. We are on our way to field number 16, where we have accepted a contract to plant canola. I believe we accepted that at the end of the last episode. We did need to buy some seed to allow us to actually plant, so accepting the contract, we just get the equipment. Of course, don't get the seeds, but seeds are really cheap, so we bought enough to fill up and have some extra because I think we might need a couple seeder loads here of seed to be able to finish this field, because if we look at the map, field number 16 is the largest field on the map. So we are going to make our way over there and start that field. But I think with this equipment, we should be able to get that done rather quickly. So we are making really good progress here in March. We have $29,000 in the bank. We have been spending some money to make money. We did the fertilizing contracts the last time, so we had all that fertilizer cost. We definitely bought too much fertilizer last time, which is fine. We will have that for future use. Same thing here, we may have bought too much seed. We did not put any fertilizer in the drill here because we don't want to be wasting money on that. And yeah, we're back here in field 16, which we have recently done some work on. I believe that we plowed this field, but today we are going to be putting canola into it. So we are working our way towards building that bank. It is slow but steady. We have a lot of contracts now that we've come into spring, which is great. So hopefully we might have another with this setup, depending on how it works pulling up the hill here. If it works well, hopefully another sowing contract will pop into the contract menu as we're working on this field here. We will get through as much as we can here before we lose light, and then we will probably progress on to April and come back and have to finish up this field. I don't know how long it's going to take us, but with it already being 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this might be something that extends across a month. I'm not sure. That'll be the first time that we've done that on this series. I'm not sure if we'll incur costs for keeping the rented equipment overnight, like when you lease equipment for your own farm. So we'll have to see on that. But this tractor is doing quite a good job. We're pulling kind of up the hill right now at 9 miles per hour. We will see when we take the turn to the left up here and go up the steeper part how well it does. It's got a decent working width here, and we're not consuming that much seed, so we are in a really good spot. We're gonna keep working on this field here. All right, so up the steepest part, we're starting to struggle a little bit, but still looking like 5 miles per hour, so it's not like it's bogging down and slowing down and stopping, so we'll be able to work with that. But yeah, so looking forward, as of right now, there are a couple other contracts in the menu. If we finish this one, we do have some more fertilizing contracts, but definitely wanted to break those up since we've done so many of those recently. Use some new equipment, do some planting here, and get this canola put in for this farmer. So excited to see how fast this goes. You can see we also do have some rain coming up, so we will see what happens first. Is it going to get dark? Is it going to start to rain? And we'll progress on to April if needed. right, so we are making quick work of this field. Maybe not quick work, but much quicker than the last time that I was in this field. Look at that, just got the notification for 51% complete, so we are already halfway done with this contract. I think that with the size of this field, we probably will just finish this contract up once it says 100% rather than finishing up the entire field. Not 100% sure if we're going to get this knocked out before it gets dark, but with how quick this is going and how little amount of seed we're using, we've only used 25% of the seed that we have. This is going much better than I thought it might go. With this large of a field, I think I'm just scarred from doing the plowing in this field and how long that took, and how the equipment that we rented that time just really didn't work for us. So yeah, I'm in good spirits here. We're moving through this contract, which is great. You could see that I kind of split the fields into two, and we are getting close to finishing up kind of the first half of this field here. So excited to be back here in St. Kalle, working towards owning the map. One day we will own this field, which is kind of a cool feeling to have. It's going to take us a while to earn all of that money, especially only doing contract work like we have been, which is the obvious twist to the Own the Map challenge here that we're working with. So yeah, good to be back. It's been a while since I've done anything here on the Own the Map challenge, so excited to get this video out and start to continue to work on this series here. Recently also just got back to recording some videos on my Calm Lands survival series. I know that videos have been coming out, but I kind of batch recorded some of those videos. So recently gotten back into that series, working on that one, recording some more videos. So it's been fun to go back and kind of see the progress of that map and that kind of Let's Play survival challenge that we've got going on over there. I do think that one, you know, we are only doing silent videos, I'll call it, just all lo-fi music, no talking. You don't have to listen to my voice if you don't like my voice on that one. So a very different style over there, but I do think that we are doing quite well in that survival series, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue that series. But let me know in the comments below, do you like this type of Let's Play kind of challenge series where I am talking along, commentating what we are doing, or is that other type of series? I have both the kind of what I'll call normal survival, to where it's just the gameplay, some at normal speed, some that are time-lapse, and then I speed all of it up for a time-lapse only version, all set to music. Do you like this type of content, or the other type of content better? Kind of going back and forth, thinking about what my next kind of series is going to be. I think obviously this one will continue for a while. I still have the Michigan Farms Let's Play going on, and I'm really enjoying that one. So I think that one will continue, and that these two kind of being of similar style to where I am commentating on them as we go. There we go. So that's wrapped up kind of that first part of the field. So we're going to move on to this second part here. But yeah, let me know what style do we like? Do we want to see another kind of just straight up Let's Play? Do we do another survival challenge, moving on to a new map? I know a lot of YouTubers have moved on to kind of Court Farm and some of that type of stuff. There's some other maps that I haven't been able to use that might look into using. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments, what type of style of video do you like more? Is it this type with commentary, or my other type where it is just gameplay set to lo-fi music? That would be super helpful for me to know which direction we'll be moving. There we go. We are getting close to the end. You saw in the time lapse there that we got the 91% notification. The setup here is doing quite well still. We have started to struggle a little bit pulling up this part of the field here. The steepest part of the field, we were getting down sometimes 7-6 miles per hour, but after we crest the hill here, you can see we pick up speed, so not doing terrible overall. We should, on the next couple passes here, complete this field. Like I said earlier, we are just going to complete it when we get to the 100%, unless there's like half of a width of the drill here, we might finish that out. But yeah, I'm tempted to grab those 2 fertilization contracts that were just sitting in the menu if they are still there once we complete. Those will be pretty quick and don't want to lose out on easy contracts like that. Seems like we are going to beat the sunset here. It does get rather dark rather quick in the valley, surrounded by all the mountains, so I don't know if we would be fertilizing in the dark. I guess what I could do is grab the contracts and then rest, and then still have those contracts to our name when we move on to, what would that be, April? Brain went a little blank there on my months. But yeah, so we will need to make that decision here. But as we already have all of the fertilizer just waiting for us over at the store, I think it would be not smart of us to miss out on utilizing what we have and finishing up that contract. All right, there we go. So contract completed. We are going to get this folded up and brought back to the store, and then that is when we will make our decision on how we want to handle those fertilization contracts. But you can see that even in the last few minutes here, it has gotten quite dark. So once we get back, we will evaluate how much light we think we have left, how close the fields are to the store, and if we want to take on those fertilization contracts here to finish the episode. Let's go ahead and jump into the map. You can see that it has started to rain, so we've finished that just in time. Jump in here and look at that sowing contract. I'm going to make $8,986, which is just great. So we have our two options here, and since it has started to rain, I think what I'm going to do is just borrow the items on this one. This solid fertilizer spreader here has a great working width, and I think will help on both of these. I know this one has a larger capacity, so we might be coming back and forth, but I think we're just going to borrow items here, and we are going to accept this contract and have both of those when we move into April. So I will see you in April. Welcome to April. So we are going to get jumped into the tractor here. We are going to connect to that front weight. Oh, destroying all the fertilizer that we will be using. But we are going to get connected to that front weight because this fertilizer does get pretty heavy. So we'll get connected here. We will then spin around and get connected up here to the actual spreader, get it filled, and go attack those two fields. Here we are, field number 2 up here on our left. We're going to get pulled in here and take care of this, I think, rather quickly. Yeah, look at that spreading width. We can almost do the entirety of the field in one pass. That is why we went for this combination of tractor and spreader rather than the other option. Even though it had the larger capacity, this just spreader is unreal, especially for contracts. Not using a lot of fertilizer and knocking out fields really quickly. So let's see, there's probably not much leeway, so we'll probably have to finish the entirety of the field here, which is fine. There we go. Contract on field 2 finished. So rather than collecting that, we are going to get over to field number 14 and get that one fertilized, and then we will collect our payment. If we were to collect our payment now for field number 2, we would lose this equipment, and we definitely don't want that to happen. So I will see you over at field 14. All right, field number 14, here we go. This might only be, what, 2 passes, maybe a 3rd pass to get this taken care of. It's looking like maybe only 2 if I do it right. So we will zip up the field here, down the field, and maybe be completed. This spreader, like I said in that last field, has done great for us, especially that we have realized that we can use the same equipment on multiple contracts. That was a huge finding for us a few episodes ago. Allows us to do things like this where we know one of the options has really good equipment, and there are multiple of the same type of contracts in the menu. So we are making quick work here of our morning in April, bringing in some additional money, and I think that's going to put us up over $40,000 in our bank account once we finish out this contract here, which is just great to think that we have $40,000 in the bank from where we started only a few episodes in. It's starting to feel like this challenge might actually be doable. The first few episodes, I didn't know if I bit off more than I could chew, but I think we are going to be in a really good place, and I think that we're actually going to be able to get this completed. So it does look like we are going to need to zip back up the field here. We're going to adjust the width of the spreader. We don't want to be wasting any fertilizer. As you probably said, well, you were wasting a whole bunch with how you were doing the top of the field. Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. But we're going to save it now as we make our way back up this little middle part of the field here to finish out this contract. And there we go. Contract finished in field number 14. Since we only have a little bit left, we are just going to finish this little patch here. We've only used 22% of our hopper full of fertilizer here, so we are going to jump into the menu and complete both of these contracts. And I say that, but we have some other fertilization contracts in here, so I don't want to actually complete field 2, but I will collect field 14, and then we'll probably accept all 3 of these fertilization contracts and knock them out in our next episode. But for the time being, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time as we continue to work our way towards owning the map.